people of God. Today is Doreen's Gospel Wednesday. Now I'll be sharing with you on a topic titled Endurance. I intentionally left the phrase super excited because endurance in reality isn't always exciting. It is often painful and often draining. We can attest to the fact that some of the trials and tribulations we go through are nothing to write home about, but then again, it is very essential in the life of every Christian because it serves as a tool to strengthen our faith and draw us closer to God. Now let's look at the lessons and the stories of how our predecessors in faith believed that God will give them the strength to be able to endure to the last. We'll be taking our scriptures from James chapter 1 verse 2 to 4, which says that consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, when you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. When we also look at Romans chapter 5 verse 3 to 5, it says that we also glory in our suffering because we know that suffering produces perseverance, character, and character, hope. When we also look at Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31, it says that, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles, and they will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Also in Hebrews chapter 10 verse 36, it says that you need to persevere so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what he has promised. Matthew 24 verse 13 says that the one who endures to the end will be saved. Endurance is the ability to be able to be faithful and steadfast despite of your pain, your trials, and your uncertainties. When we look at some of the stories of, when we take Job for example, when we read the whole chapter of Job, we saw how Job was afflicted. He lost his wealth, his health, and his children. But then in all his trials and tribulations, he was steadfast and believed that God is able to do what he said he will do. He never gave up. He endured to the last. And at the end, God blessed him and he got twice of everything that he has lost. When we look at the story of Joseph was betrayed by his own brothers. He went through slavery in Egypt, and at the end he was imprisoned as a result of Pharaoh's wife's insolence. In all those injustices that Joseph went through, he kept enduring. He kept believing in God. He had faith to the latter end. And at the end, God showed himself approved. He became the right-hand man of Pharaoh. When we look at the story of Paul, he was persecuted, he was beaten, he was imprisoned. But he said, well, I have fought a good fight of faith, and I've run the race to the end. And at the end, he was able to get the eternal reward. He did not look at the pain he was going through, but he was focusing on the eternal reward he was going to get from God. And then looking at the story of Jesus Christ, he went through afflictions, and even on the cross of Calvary, the tribulations and trials he went through, he was able to endure to the latter end to be able to bring salvation to humanity. Why is endurance essential to the life of every Christian? It brings us closer to God and strengthens our faith. As we endure whatever we are going through, it shows that God is the sovereign God. We have our hope in him that he is able to do exceeding above all that he can do. He has done it for our predecessors, and the Bible makes us understand in Hebrews that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. That means that if he did it before, he will be able to do it now. Therefore, we are able to have staunch faith in him that he will still do it for us. And also it builds our spiritual life and character. As we go through endurance, it makes us stand out that you will not fall out in anything you are going through, and it builds us spiritually that he has said in his word that he will do this and that, and therefore have to keep on and be steadfast to his promises and be able to attain it to the end. This morning, My word for you today is that as we endure the trials and tribulations of life, it is an essential to, as a Christian, as a believer, that it will straighten our path and make us closer to God. Endurance makes us more complete in spiritual warfare. This morning, be strengthened and everything that you are going through, and endure to the latter end, because we know that you are going to get an eternal reward. Stay blessed and have a nice day. Bye.